Hi guys, what's up? It's Secrétaire. How you doing? It's been a while and I've been meaning to make that video just to update on what's going on for me. Pretty much for those who have noticed, I have stopped like streaming and just being active on the channel, and there are multiple reasons as to why. Basically the big reason as to why is because I genuinely just lost interest in Smash. Just things of life. I kind of lost interest in competing, going to tournaments, locals and stuff, and I kind of stopped having fun with the game and just lost interest altogether. So I kind of stopped playing because of that, and also I kind of stopped being active with the daily Lima clip account, which I own it. Like that's me actually. For those who didn't know, and I know that like it's been a couple months since I've actually played Smash on stream or just in general, and I've been streaming just some video games and just random stuff here and there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, I wear glasses, so there you go. But okay. Yeah, so pretty much I kind of lost interest with Smash, just because of the state of the game, just the fact that it was pretty repetitive for me. No real, you know, um, stakes when I was competing besides just like ego stuff, and I was kind of like over it. I felt like I was just putting myself out there as a player and thought that like my worth was completely linked to what I was capable of doing, or not even, or also not capable of doing. So whatever. But yeah, so I've been up to just kind of like going back to stuff that haven't done in like probably more than a decade. Things like reading and writing. I used to write a lot of when I was a child, and I used to like reading as well. Also, in the meantime, I finally got medication for my ADHD, so that also contributed to the fact that my focus and all of the things that makes my ADHD kind of shifted things toward other stuff. And I was like, oh, now I can focus. Oh, now I can pick up a book and read for 6 hours. Yes, which I have done. Like literally the first week of me getting ADHD and meds, it was I picked up a book that was like between 400 and 500 pages, and I read it like in 2 days. And I did this for like 5 books in a row. I did this with like writing as well. I'm back into writing fanfics now at the ripe age of 27, which feels weird, but also I'm fucking loving it. So there's that. And I think because of that, my interest completely shifted because of that, which I think is a good thing. I also a lot of like stuff happened to me in the meantime, like my life and stuff, like a lot of very important stuff are now happening. Trying to reinsert myself academically toward university. I am on 3 waiting lists for my master's degree at my university that I used to be at, where I was an undergrad, and I got my undergrad. I don't know what's the equivalent in America, but like we call it like in France we call it a license, then a master's, then a doctorat, which is a PhD basically. But anyway, and there's that, and then 2 other universities where I am on the waiting list as well, which are completely at the opposite end of where I live. Pretty fucking scary. So yeah. And also a lot of that. Also, for those that didn't know, I used to be in acting school because I wanted to be an actor. I might not go back to acting school because money, and I don't have that money anymore. I was in my 2nd year, and then I had to stop because I was going through my second burnout. I was like probably 25. You know, I know that a lot of people kind of joke about the fact that they say, "Oh, I'm having a mental breakdown because they're crying hard." Yeah, try, being in the middle of something that you've always wanted to do and then having to quit because you feel like if you do, you're going to die. Yeah, that was me. So yeah, and that's why also led me to just play more Smash as well, and just having the channel and being more active on the channel rather, and also a stream as well. So there's that. But regarding this, I am probably gonna go back to acting. I weirdly enough, I kind of had like an epiphany like a week ago regarding just my mental state and stuff, and how I felt about the fact that I had to drop out and stuff, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Um, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's try it. Let's do it. Let's if I have to go back to if I have to take some classes just to just reshape myself a little bit because it's been 2 years, I will do so, and that's kind of what I'm planning on. And also, when I thought of that, I kind of realized and noticed that if I had kept on being with my class and my classmates, as I thought of it, it was literally like graduate like the month for their graduation. So just a couple things, couple signs. Yeah. Also, I got a tattoo for those. Yeah, hand tattoo. Because fuck, why not? I had a like literally pretty much like I had like a massive mental breakdown that was leaning onto psychosis, and I decided to get a tattoo. So yeah, a lot of changes, a lot of stuff, a lot of like my interests shifting and moving around, or just like kind of like recalibrating, like talking about my interests and what I like to do now, or just recalibrating themselves towards older paths that I kind of forgot because of ADHD and mental health and all that stuff. Because outside of my ADHD, I'm also severely mentally ill, unfortunately. But yeah, talking about mental health, I have been going to therapy as well. I'm still taking my meds. Because bipolar disorder, BP2. Still taking my mood stabilizers, still taking my meds. I'm also taking my new, like I've said, ADHD meds. Doing fantastic. So it's pretty good. There's a lot of like stuff like that that are pretty much my day-to-day life. So a lot of my life right now for the past few years has been a lot of like medical appointments, seeing psychiatrists and therapists, and going to fucking health centers and all that stuff to help me manage the crazy long list of mental disorders that I have, and mental disability as well. And it's tough, it's hard, but it's also a process, and it feels good, going through therapy and stuff. Makes me understand the things that are going in my head better and myself better. So this is pretty much what I've been doing most of the time. Like, I wish I could just pull up my fucking agenda and just show you like every single week, or at least every 2 weeks, I have an appointment for therapy. I am seeing like my fucking psychiatrist every single month. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's still, a lot of checking what's working, what's not working. Trials and tribulations of being a mentally ill person that requires a lot of medication. But yeah, it's different. It's hard, like I said. Most of the time I feel very scared, but also there are moments where I feel like recently I have kind of like this, like I've said, this epiphany. I feel hope, which I'm very not used to feel like any kind of like positive feelings, or even positive reinforcement things are not, very present within my experience with life and just living in general. Yeah, it feels good when it happens. And for anyone that is watching, if you are going through something, whether it's mental health, life, problems, whatever shape, form it is taking, or they are taking, and the matter of that problem or those problems. I know it's hard. I know it feels like kind of drowning at times, and you know, I've been there. When I feel those positive moments, let me tell you that it gets better. There you go. I completely forgot, but happy Pride Month, people, okay? Be yourself, celebrate yourself, just be you, okay? Be gauge your crimes, learn your history, learn where you're coming from, respect people, love each other. Happy Pride Month. So all of the stuff, all of the things that I've just explained, it's just not to just give like a life update, but also that I'll come back at some point. I think that I will definitely, most definitely, will come back if there is a new Smash game. Um, I am thinking also just like, you know, playing some video on stream, just playing other games for fun if people want to say hi and stuff, because I know that some people that I've seen here and there on other Smash player streams being like, "Oh my god," for just a couple people saying like, "Oh my god, when you're coming back, when you're coming back," which by the way, thank you. Uh, that feels weird, but also thank you. And I will be back. It's not, you know, it's just life. It's just life, you know, it happens. You know, people are not gonna do this, you know, for the rest of their life. At some point people are gonna fucking like stop and have and live the life that they're living, you know, outside of Smash and stuff. Basically all I'm trying to say is that it's not what I'm focused on right now. Um, I'm rediscovering stuff that I used to love to do in the past, and I'm doing it. I'm doing great with it. I'm great at it. I'm enjoying it, and I want to keep on doing that. And then also, you know, I'm kind of like waiting what's important in my life right now for me, for me as a person, and my life in general. What gives me purpose and meaning and all that stuff. And if I have to put the, you know, YouTube and streaming aside for that, I will, because this is more important than just playing video games in front of a couple of people that actually like the way I play, or just think that are, you know, thankful or happy that my guides and dumb silly little videos, you know, help them, you know. Which also, you know, I'm very grateful for every single person that left a comment regarding that. I'm not taking it for granted. I am super, super, super grateful and thankful that people actually watch that. But you know, Smash stuff, losing interest, life stuff, rediscovering myself, doing stuff that I used to like, and enjoying that, and also just kind of pushing myself onto a path where I feel like my life has purpose. I know this is very deep and heavy right now, but it is the truth. This is what I've been kind of through those past couple months. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think there is nothing else to talk about. Once again, I am very thankful and grateful for every single person that either like left a comment on on a video of mine saying like, "Oh my god, what you did is so good," or, you know, that helped me a lot to just be better, just like understand stuff better. I'm just like, thank you. That was the point. That was the actual goal. I'll be back. It's, you know, it's just a pause, never the end. Obviously, at some point, this is not going to be a sustainable thing. I'm not going to be 50 and playing on. No. Okay, I'm only 27, but like, it's not. Okay. This video is longer than it's supposed to be, so I'm just going to stop right there. But great talking to you, and I'll probably try to see you in the next one. Maybe. Bye.